Hello everyone, my name is Anina DeLuca and I am delighted to be your host for the 4th Annual McGill Toronto Excellence Awards. I am a true Torontonian, born and raised in downtown Toronto and have a keen interest in finance. McGill's stellar reputation led me to study at the Desautels Faculty of Management, where I am a Bachelor of Commerce student in the Honors in Investment Management program. In addition to my summertime experiences working in wealth management and investment banking in Toronto, on campus I'm the Executive Director of the Desautels Management Achievement Awards. And so I feel right at home hosting this award ceremony, and I thank you for joining me as McGill Honors alumni from the Greater Toronto area. There are close to 30,000 McGill graduates in the GTA. The region is home to our second largest alumni community after Montreal. With today's McGill Toronto Excellence Awards ceremony, we salute and celebrate the amazing achievements of 4 alumni and friends from this thriving community. Before we get to our laureates, I'd like to invite McGill's Principal and Vice Chancellor, Suzanne Faultier, to say a few words.
Thank you. I'm delighted to be with you for this celebration of our Toronto alumni and friends. Bienvenue à tous. Quel plaisir pour moi de partager avec vous la célébration des réalisations des membres de la communauté McGilloise de Toronto. You are all inspiring recipients of the 2021 McGill Toronto Excellence Awards, and I join your friends, family, colleagues, and fellow alumni in applauding your accomplishments. We are so proud to share your stories. Your commitment to your community is an inspiration to us, not just in Toronto, but throughout the whole McGill community. These awards are especially meaningful for our university in 2021. This is our bicentennial year. For 200 years, McGill has achieved great milestones. Our university has made countless contributions to science, culture, business, the arts, and every facet of our changing world. As our university begins its 3rd century, our Toronto Excellence Award winners are a wonderful example of what our alumni and students can achieve and what McGill can do to make our communities, our cities, and our planet better places in the future. J'espère que nous pourrons très bientôt nous rencontrer en personne à Toronto ou à Montréal, et je vous remercie tous de rester connectés et engagés envers votre université. Thank you all for staying connected and committed to McGill, and congratulations once again to our 2021 Toronto Excellence Award recipients. Félicitations et bravo.
Thank you, Principal Faultier. If circumstances would have allowed, McGillians would have been celebrating this occasion at an in-person luncheon in the heart of downtown Toronto. I take this opportunity to acknowledge that Toronto is situated on the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples. McGill acknowledges and thanks the diverse Indigenous peoples whose presence has enriched this territory on which peoples of the world now gather. And now on to our 4 awards. The Rising Star Award is presented to a McGill graduate under the age of 35 who demonstrates early success in their profession and future leadership in their industry or field. This year's winner of the Rising Star Award is Marilyn Varghese. Marilyn's bright future was clearly evident at McGill, where she excelled academically and was an engaged student leader, graduating with a BA in 2017. When the pandemic hit, Marilyn's day job at a GTA hospital did an about-face. She was redeployed from her role in health equity, inclusion, and anti-discrimination to a patient-facing COVID response and management position. Despite the frightening climate at the outset of the pandemic, Marilyn embraced this high-risk frontline role in one of the communities hardest hit by COVID. A natural leader who is committed to public service, she put in marathon days, showing up at work before dawn and leading a team of more than 50 individuals. Marilyn helped create a virtual visitor program to connect patients with loved ones. She also helped homeless patients access services, and she arranged interpretation services for many patients who didn't speak English. And when she regrettably contracted COVID herself, Marilyn kept working while she recovered at home, engaged with community members to help improve outcomes for low-income, racialized essential workers. Perhaps Marilyn's sister said it best. Marilyn is not a healthcare professional, but she is a care hero for what she contributed to the pandemic response. Congratulations, Marilyn, on this richly deserved recognition of your work during the pandemic. Our next award is the Impact Award. This award is presented to a McGill graduate whose advocacy is driving change to better their industry, community, and/or the advancement of the McGill community in Toronto, and someone who fosters a sense of collaboration and diversity. Our 2021 recipient is Jennifer Bachwell. Jennifer is an acclaimed award-winning documentary filmmaker. With her BA 1990 and MA 1996 degrees from McGill, she founded an independent film company with her husband Nicolas Depensier more than 25 years ago. Jennifer has directed and produced 10 feature documentaries, which have won multiple awards, including an International Emmy for Best Arts Documentary for her film, Let It Come Down, The Life of Paul Bowles. Her body of work addresses important questions about the human condition in beautiful and compelling ways. Her powerful trilogy of films, Manufactured Landscapes, Watermark, and The Anthropocene, The Human Epoch, each won the Rogers Best Canadian Film Award from the Toronto Film Critics Association. This trilogy, produced in collaboration with her husband Nicholas and photographer Edward Bertinsky, explores humankind's impact on the environment. Jennifer is an engaged citizen who gives back to her community and her industry. She has generously mentored emerging documentary filmmakers over the past 20 years. She also sits on the board of the Toronto International Film Festival and is a passionate advocate for its Share Her Journey campaign to create more opportunities for women behind and in front of the camera. Congratulations, Jennifer, on your brilliant work, your leadership, and your efforts to make your industry more inclusive. And now I present the McGill Friend of Education in Toronto Award. This award honors a leader in the Toronto community who is an ambassador of the advancement of higher education and who promotes McGill and its tradition of excellence in the GTA. Our 2021 recipient is Dr. Michael Dan. Michael obtained a PhD in experimental medicine from the University of Toronto in 1989 and then completed his residency in neurosurgery at the Neuro in Montreal, one of McGill's world-class research and teaching institutes. Michael is accomplished in many ways. He is well known as a passionate advocate for Indigenous health. He was invited to participate in efforts by McGill to address barriers to education by Indigenous youth, as well as to provide insights to McGill's Provost and Principal in the context of the Provost Task Force on Indigenous Studies and Indigenous Education. And, among many other initiatives, he has facilitated meetings between McGill and the University of Toronto's Indigenous Health Institute. Philanthropy plays an important role in Michael's approach to social responsibility. He created the Paloma Foundation to fund organizations that assist marginalized people in Toronto. He has created opportunities for future generations by supporting businesses on reserves. Recently, he endowed the Wacarbonus Bryce Institute for Indigenous Health at the University of Toronto. This is the first privately endowed research institute in the world geared towards unique health needs of Aboriginal people. In 2016, Michael was recognized for his contributions by being appointed to the Order of Canada, and we are delighted to recognize him today with the McGill Friend of Education Award. Congratulations, Dr. Michael Dan. It is now time to present the highest MTEA honor, the Distinguished Leader Award. This award is presented to a McGill graduate who has demonstrated exemplary leadership in his or her chosen field demonstrated by a prolific career. The honoree is a trailblazer who serves as an inspiration and a mentor to the next generation of leaders and who brings honor to McGill through professional achievements. This year's recipient is Donna Hayes. The term book smart comes to mind when describing Donna. A voracious reader from her youth, books remained an important part of her life and career. And so it's no surprise that Donna earned an honors BA in English Literature and Communications at McGill. And it's really no surprise that Donna was destined to embark upon a stellar career in publishing, including nearly 30 years at Harlequin Enterprises in Toronto, one of the leading global publishers of women's fiction. In fact, Donna became publisher and chief executive officer at Harlequin, the first woman to run the company. By any measure, Donna was a visionary leader. She spearheaded Harlequin's industry-leading innovation and rapidly leveraged technology through ebooks, downloadable audio, and mobile apps. And she steered the company through expansion, diversification, and many other industry changes and challenges. Throughout her distinguished career, Donna has maintained close ties with McGill and supported the university as a volunteer and donor. In particular, she focused her efforts during the last campaign on the establishment of the Mordecai Richler Writer-in-Residence program at McGill. Donna now resides on a farm in Prince Edward County where the countryside is beautiful and the Pinot grapes make good wine. She remains keenly interested in wildlife and environmental issues and sits on the board of the Toronto Wildlife Centre and the Pelee Island Bird Observatory. Donna says, McGill gave me my start in establishing a long career in book publishing, and I am grateful for that. And we at McGill are grateful for Donna's continuing connection to her alma mater. Congratulations, Donna, and given your expertise with books and language, it only seems fitting to give you the last word.
Hello, I'm speaking to you today from my library in Prince Edward County, and I'm so honored to accept this award from McGill. When I first walked through the gates at McGill, I had no idea what an important part it would play in my life. I was determined to have a career in international book publishing, and I was certain that a degree from McGill would be the beginning of a global career, and so it was. McGill is one of the great global brands, delivering a quality education to all of its students from around the world, and I'm grateful to have benefited from that. And McGill for me is truly a family affair. My uncle taught history at McGill, my brother attended McGill, my husband of 35 years also studied at McGill. And I'm proud to say that my niece Helen just returned to campus last week to complete her PhD in communications. I'm delighted to still be associated with this wonderful organization, and I would like to thank the organizing committee and everyone at McGill, past and present, for the opportunities that you have afforded me. Thank you.
Thank you, Donna, and congratulations once again to our 4 deserving winners of the 2021 McGill Toronto Excellence Awards. I thank Principal Fortier for her opening words, as well as the selection committee and everyone who made this event and these awards possible. I extend appreciation to everyone in the GTA and across the McGill network for the many ways you support our university. Merci de tout ce que vous faites pour soutenir McGill. I remind everyone that you can relive this award ceremony at any time by clicking on the video link available on our website at mcgill.ca/MTEA. I thoroughly enjoyed being your MC for these ceremonies. À la prochaine!